do it without this for now then.
Oh no, it's not working. No.
Yeah. But it's working though.
Yeah.
What is that thing?
Well, I end up using the iPhone. I switched to the iPhone because the quality is better.
Yeah.
But we have this. But the iPhone doesn't have
Like a connection?
the connection. So this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
It worked last time, but it's not working right now. But the sound is better anyways, so it's all good.
Hebrew Israelites. Oh yeah, you don't know about that. Sorry. Shalom. Yabashim Shalom. He's a part of it? He's one of us?
Yeah, you see it.
Okay.
Skinny man, later. Talk to you later.
Alright. Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Yahushai. Alright? Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to the brothers that teach this truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 1/3 sincere listeners. Alright, this is GMS Toronto back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as Babylon the Great. Okay? And you know, at the end of the day, it's high time to wake up out of sleep, man. Okay, it's only so much longer that we're gonna be out here on the highways and byways. And our people need to, you know, take heed to the times that we're in. You know? We're telling you who your enemies are. Okay, you got that situation with Nolan Wells, where he thought it was all cool and all good to be buddy-buddy and clicked up with Edomites. So-called white people, man. As if they had their best interest for you, man. And you learn the hard way. And we never shed no tear for you, little nigga. Because the prophet's been warned you, man. We warned you of who your enemies are. We've been warning Jake, you know what I mean? But they found their hand at us. So it is what it is. We're not remorseful. We're not shedding a tear for the wicked of our people. There's still Israelites, and Esau has to pay for it. But we're in these times. You gotta know who your enemy is, man. You know?
Yeah, I got Sirach. Sirach 12, and I'll start at 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man enemies will grieve, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Verse 10, the scripture says, never trust thine enemy, for like iron is rusted, so is his wickedness.
That's right. And we've been warning you, Israelites, pursuant to Psalms 83, that you have enemies. All these other nations are your enemies, man. They don't have your best interest. They don't have your best foot forward, man. Okay? They want to take you out. They want to see your downfall. Okay? They don't want what's best for you. Alright?
Yeah. Right. Verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass.
This is talking about a specific man, characteristic of a certain man, pursuant to Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Because he is that serpent devil, man, because he likes to come through, humble himself, speak off, you know, smoothly, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, war is in his heart, man. That's what you get with this devil, man, war. He only wants to push forth war, man. No matter how smooth he tries to, you know, make it seem with his PR, you know what I mean? His PR speeches, you know, these Edomites, these politicians, they go to certain schools where they're taught how to speak, man. You know? And persuade the people, persuade the minds of the people. And they're also taught how to act when the people are kind of getting rowdy towards them. They still smile, you know? They still have a way about them where they have to show that they're the bigger person. All right? But this is a person that's sacrificing BABIES, man. Okay? Behind closed doors. You see what I'm saying? But you people want to uphold these people as if they're somebody special.
Yep.
They're pieces of shit. They're nobody, man. They're losers. That just so happen to be in power through the Most High. The
God.
Most High set them up, so that's why they're in power now.
That's right.
You know?
Yep. Yep. It says, neither let, actually, verse 11 still, and thou shalt know that his rust that not being altogether wiped away. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Never let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy
Yeah,
seat.
you're dominant. And the scriptures tell you don't let your left hand know what the right hand doing. But guess what Jake does? Jake just exposes the trade. You know, especially you got these boule niggas.
That's right.
All right, you got the boule Jake that works for Esau, pretty much letting you know, the ins and outs of Jake. You got him in all facets of, municipalities. What do you call it? The CIA, the FBI.
Yep.
Okay, and they use Jake to take down Jake. But Esau can't do it alone, pursuing back to the Maccabees with Jason and stuff like that. Wicked ass niggas taking down their own people, right?
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah. 100% right, because it's the spirit that the brothers brought that up, brought in the boule into this, because when Rosewood and places like that, it was a black established neighborhood that got destroyed in the 1920s and late 1800s or whatever the case may be. When you go online, they mention that they're Freemason centers, like with the skull and bones, but they're the gatekeepers, right? They got destroyed too. So that goes to show you Esau don't give a fuck. And that movie, Rosewood, it shows you that the boule was already in full effect, because when that the Edomite killed the girl, unalived the girl, and blamed it on the Jake, he's like, oh, I'm one of the brothers, so he showed him his ring. Showed him the boule ring, and the Jake was like, yo, I can't do anything for you. Right? He's like, I can't save you, man. You know that your lodge is higher than my lodge. That's what he said.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. So in evil days to come, that whole boule shit, that's gonna be wiped out. Esau's not gonna give a fuck, because you're already used up for what you're supposed to be used up for.
Exactly. Esau's gonna turn on you, boule niggas, right?
Yep.
There's more on that?
Yeah. This is this is verse 13. Who will pity a charmer? It says here, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Yeah, right. So we're not gonna pity Nolan Wells. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because starting with the apostles and elders on down, we did gave the warning out. You see what I'm saying? That you have enemies, man. People are not for you. Okay, they may smile in your face, they may be quote unquote good to you for a moment. It's only for a season though.
That's right.
I'm on this side.
Everything's cordial right now.
Yeah. Everything's cordial. Okay?
That's right.
But anyways, Nero Trump is in office and he's Mr. Emboldened now. Right? So
Crazy.
yeah. So the spirit in these Edomites is to get back into that, rah spirit. That take down Jake's spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You had that situation with Carmelo Anthony, right? Where Jake got one on Esau, whatever, for self-defense, and it was self-defense, and
There's
then
like 6 of them jumping.
right, and when Esau sees that, he's like, all right, you get one of us, we need to take 5 of yours. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's been lots of lynchings of you Jakes, okay, that's been happening.
It's not being put on the news.
It's not being put on the news, man, because they kind of need an excuse to get riled up too, to be justified. All right. You know what I'm saying? Because you Edomites, man, you don't want to just be the upright devil that you're supposed to be. But the Most High is going to provoke you to be that devil anyway, man. Revelation 12:12 as well. You're going to have to show your horns, man. Okay? You're gonna
just like when the Russians got the hooks pulled back.
Right.
They're going to get the hooks pulled back.
Yeah. All right? And you Jake's going to wake up, it's going to be too late. You're still two-third Jake going to wake up that he's the devil, but they ain't going to wake up to salvation. You know what I mean? Because the race wars are coming.
That's right. Yeah. There's a little bit more.
Genesis. Sorry.
Oh, I'll just finish it up.
Yeah, finish it up. Yeah.
Continue speaking about the hatred, right?
Okay, bring it
This
up.
is Genesis 27, verse 41. And it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob. Right, so that hatred that's between Esau and Jacob, it hasn't gone away. But our people have been so foolish and serve lack of knowledge because they have some trinkets in society, and because you're so-called integrated, our people think that you can kind of let your guard down and believe, and actually adhere and, basically and to the welfare of your enemy. He's still your enemy at the end of the day, whether you're in captivity or whether you're sovereign. You have to understand that, and the prophets are basically serving as basically spiritual fathers, because that's what a father does anyway. A father is able to tell you, okay, stay away from these people, do good to these people. You know what I'm saying? But our people don't understand that because they basically mock the importance of the prophets, right? Scriptures talk about the be scoffers and so on and so forth. The Lord had compassion on his people, like it says in Chronicles, but they took it as an opportunity to mock, right? But the prophets are telling you, yo, these are your enemies. The scriptures say, turn thou, O Jacob, that thou mayest be illuminated. Understand who your enemies are, and also understand how your enemy fights. Know that he's very crafty with words. Know that his blessing is a sword. You can't pick up a weapon and think that you're going to be prosperous if you try to raise up a weapon against the so-called white people. You have to be smart. You have to be subtle. You're sheep in the midst of wolves. Right?
No matter if you're better at wielding the sword than he is.
Yeah.
Right. Jake is better than Esau at wielding the sword, but Jake is the best at everything. But that's not Jake's blessing.
That's not your blessing.
Yeah, and these parents too. The scripture talks about warning your children and bringing them in the right way too. You're supposed to let your parents know, let your kids know as a parent who your enemy is, right? And who your enemies are. And this is only calm for now. And plus, there's a thing called history. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're like, how old was it? 17, 18?
18.
That kid? Yeah, 18. Listen, the history books is there. You go to school. All the history with Esau, Edom is there. All the lynchings are there. You still took a blind eye to it, man.
The past is the past, man.
Yeah. The past.
That's a soft. The Lord's gonna destroy you. Okay.
That's right.
So like even just for example, right? In the trading world, like trading stocks and stuff like that, people they have to look in the past to see the pattern, right? In order to make a decision in the future.
That's right.
So it's the same thing in the real world, man. You gotta look at the past. You gotta collect the data from the past in order to make an accurate, spiritual decision in the future with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
You're gonna say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that that's why knowing your history is really important.
Right.
It's really a weapon. If you really think of it. It's a spiritual weapon to tear down the strongholds, because our people have that mentality of everybody, the Lord loves everybody and all that kind of stuff. We're all coming together. That's actually a Babylonian spirit. That's not a royalty upper class mindset. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Sirach 13 and 13. Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing.
Right. Observe and take good heed. You're supposed to be aware of your surroundings, man. You're supposed to know that you're in the valley of the shadow of death amongst your enemies.
That's right.
People want to take you out, man. Whether it be quick or swiftly or slowly. It don't matter. Just because it's slowly, it's okay. The serpent said, "Ye shall not surely die."
That's right.
But you will die. So you'll
Slowly
die
but
slowly.
surely.
Yeah, slowly but surely. Exactly. That's the spirit.
It says, when thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep. Love the Lord all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation. Every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Right. Every beast loveth his life, right? And every man loveth his neighbor. Your neighbor is somebody that's of your nation.
Yep.
Okay? That's just what it is.
Con.
Go ahead.
All flesh consorted according to kind.
Right. Everybody goes to their own kind. Right? Israelites with Israelites. Edomites with Edomites. Moabites with Moabites. The other nations go to your other nations. Okay? This whole melting pot doesn't work.
But everyone still separates.
Everybody, yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
Everybody, yeah. You know what it is? Melting pot is just an extraction of Jake's resources.
Yep.
And spirit. That's what it is. Let's just extract from the Israelites. Let's be parasites. That's what a melting pot is. It's a parasite onto the Israelites.
That's right.
It's a parasitic environment onto Israel. Let's drain these guys out of everything they got.
Yeah, wear them out.
You know, wear them out. We'll go back to our neighborhoods in our section. You know, they do whatever, you know, but Jake, you know, we're the tail, right? These Edomites are at the head, we're at the tail, right? The other nations are the head, right? You know, we're going to all these nations for the one of all things. We're going to Moab for the one of all things. Literally, Moab is manufacturing shit now. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Even hair.
Right.
Even the
Yeah.
black woman's hair.
Black woman's hair, yep, all of that.
It says, all flesh consorted according to his kind, and a man will cleave to his life.
Yeah, a good example of that is like especially like these metropolitan cities. We have Chinatown, Koreatown, you know, Jamaica-town, or whatever. Our people, like the Lord made separation amongst the nations, right? So really and truly the Lord.
You got Brampton,
Yeah, exactly.
right? You know?
Bangladesh.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Nations, they spread out, right?
Yeah. That's how the Lord made everything.
Yeah, because that's how the Lord set up. Even that's in the Most High divided the inheritance.
Yep.
Yeah, grab that quick.
Even with the tribes of Israel too. 'Cause back then we
Yeah.
didn't mix either. So imagine
Right.
all the nations.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't even think we're even supposed to mix with what's it called when it comes to inheritance.
Yeah, con. Because yeah, that's the reason why. Because it does put a chink in the armor.
Right.
You know?
Well, you even, what the other one's saying, the elders were saying, you even see an animal kingdom. Lions hang out with lions, tigers hang out with tigers, chimpanzees hang out with chimpanzees. Right? Why is it that all of a sudden you have the multiple what you're saying where everyone's get together? Yeah, you have an ecosystem where everyone has their place, but it's an ecosystem, all works together. So if you take a lion and put him in the
Tiger cage.
exactly, what do you think is gonna fucking happen?
They're gonna fight.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right there. What fellowship is for the lamb? Okay, the wolf that eats the lamb. Okay, showing you there was wolves on that side of the earth as well.
That's right.
Okay, why would they just talk about it? Why would they
I
make
know.
mention of it?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Why would you write about something you don't have any
Right.
knowledge of?
Knowledge of, right? You know?
So the sinner with the God-man. What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
Yeah, that's what you have in this society. Okay, especially when the wicked is in the poor, the rich is eating up the poor. In our society, in our kingdom, we give to the poor. So we have a welfare system that the poor is allowed to get gain so that they're not necessarily poor. You know? And we do it in a way to where they don't feel shame.
Yeah.
Right? It's set up a certain way to where, you know, there's no shame involved. In this society, there's shame involved.
Yeah, the welfare system is all about
Yeah,
shame.
it's shame, man.
Yeah. And it's not, and it was, you know, it was for Jake. They were shaming Jake in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And now all these other nations are on. Esau is the #1 recipient.
Right.
And then along with these other immigrants, but no one's giving them shit. No one's saying anything to all of them. You know how you know is when you go to those buildings that's like subsidized.
Yeah,
What you're doing,
yeah.
you see Jake's in there.
Yeah, Jake not even in there no more.
You've seen Ukrainians, you've seen Gypsies, you've seen South Asians,
Yeah,
everyone except for Jake.
yeah,
You've seen Somalians,
yeah, that's true.
you know? But then they still want to look down on Jake now. The same welfare system that was made for us to look like pieces of shit. Now everyone's eating it up.
And they're like running it up with,
Yeah.
with that too. They're benefiting
They're definitely.
They're like rinsing and
Yeah.
they're frauding the system.
Listen, man. Some of these people get $5,000 a month.
See what I
One
mean?
family. That's just one family. And we can hardly make them.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Grab that quick. Hold that. And divide it a little bit.
Yeah, this is in regards to the division. This is Deuteronomy 32, verse 8. And it says, "For the Most High Yahweh divided to the nations their inheritance. When he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. The Lord's portion is his people, and Jacob is the lot of his inheritance."
That's right. That's the point. Because the Lord set the bounds of the people around based off of Israel's numbers. And he makes sure to separate the other nations as well. Everybody has their borders, and everybody respected the borders, right? And you know, there's a marketplace where everybody could meet, which would probably be at the border. Everybody would meet at the border. Okay, I got to do some trade, right? You know, whatever. Let's link up with some heathens for the day. Let's link up with Ishmael on the day. You know what I mean? Meet at the border. Don't cross the border though. Don't cross it though. It's slow. What are you doing here, Ishmael? You know? Simple and plain, man.
That's just like in Animal Kingdom, we have the watering hole. All the
Exactly.
animals come to go drink the water.
Yeah, that's the modern day grocery store. You know, we gotta go to the fucking grocery store and see how they have meetings. Yeah, you know what I mean? Whatever, we're all here. We all gotta eat food, right?
Gotta survive.
We gotta survive, right? So, fuck. Fancy seeing you here, right?
Look, he still took over that skill.
Yeah. The
Literally
farming.
took a skill from men.
Yeah.
Farming, hunting, skinning an animal.
Yeah.
You know, hunting, fishing. Yeah, now he's doing all the farming and hunting, giving you food. Look at here.
And now you have more idle time on your hands.
Yeah.
When you really had to do these things, you didn't have time to fuck around. You had time to just work and survive. It was just straight survival.
Yeah.
In the spirit, you know what I mean?
Like facts.
Yeah.
We're always out there hunting.
Yeah, exactly. Certain nervous systems that are being, you know, that are elevating heightened senses. Right now, all those senses been deprived. Dulled down. You see what I'm saying?
I have a quick precept in regards to the ancient way when we were basically intending to, certain livestock and so on and so forth. This is Genesis 37, verse 2, and it says, "These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph was 17 years old when he was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with his sons Bilhah and the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives. And Joseph brought unto his father their evil report." So I just read this as an example because in ancient times, because we know, if we go back in the story, Jacob was basically, he was worked as a shepherd for Laban. So that knowledge and information, he passed it on to Joseph, so they know how to actually care for cattle.
Right.
So those skills, those ancient way of doing things, it was passed on from your family onto your children.
That's right.
Right? And then take on that same profession, right? The women would learn different like home economics skills, recipes, might be herbs,
Yeah.
right? And just like how Jacob was tending to Laban's sheep, and he was very intelligent because he fed green, green poplar rods. And green poplar rods, basically, they're used to basically increase the ovulation in sheep, right? So Jacob was very intelligent. But those skills today, when you think about it, we don't learn those skills, right? So that's the point.
Right, so Sirach 13 and 20, "As a proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. A rich man began to fall. A rich man began to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too."
That was the point on that. Get Psalms 10.
Can you position the camera so everybody's in it?
You can move it back if you have to. Brother, take a step in. Come on, take a step in.
let them be taken into the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh Yahushai abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh Yahushai is not in all his thoughts.
That's right. They're completely contrary to Yahweh Yahushai. And they're privileged set to persecute the poor. The poor is the Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? And they target you in many ways, man. Your whole life has been a psychological warfare. It's been a psyop. Okay? To where you think this is normal. This is not normal, man. Once you come to the true understanding of the scripture. Okay? The life that you've been living is a life full of sin. And it's going to lead to your death if you don't repent. Okay?
His ways are always grievous. The judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his mind, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Yeah, because even with this Nolan Wells thing, right? He's saying that, they're saying that they don't know what happened, and they're deleting their social media.
Lawyered up.
Right? They're already lawyered up. And based off of Esau's laws, and we have a lawyer, and we're not guilty until proven guilty.
Right.
So, but let it be 3 Jakes and 1 Edomite, and the Edomite goes missing, right? What would happen? They would be arrested him a long time ago, put him in jail behind bars, right? So, but Esau though, he gets the benefit of the doubt always.
We don't know what happened to him. What?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
You have his phone though.
See, what type of wickedness is that?
I just think that they put that Jake off the boat. That's it. And try to prank him and shit. They're like, oh, you can't swim. Let's push him off the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then drove off and try to come back and get him. He's already dead.
Yeah.
That's what I believe happened. You know? But you're young, so they're probably like, try to run jokes and all that shit. And when you're in the jail and hang out with these Edomites, they always post some bullshit on you, man.
Yeah.
Is that they're trying to, they're trying to run gay jokes or whatever,
Yeah,
or
gay
trying to
jokes. You
put
wanna
your life
be around
on the
that?
fucking
Yeah.
line. They always do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Put your life on the line, or they're just secretly jealous of you because their girls might be into you. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, they say, oh, you went out to talk to a girl or whatever, and that was it. No, like, you don't know what you guys did something.
That's right.
You know? It's that Jake's life.
That's right.
And that's judgment of the Lord anyways.
Judgment of the
So,
Lord.
at the end of the day.
That's right, man.
Why is a lamb hanging out with wolves?
That's right. But we are the lamb right now.
That's right.
You just pray. When you pray to Esau, Edom, and that goes, like the scripture always tell you to teach your sons, man.
Yeah.
Now the father's online grieving. When you should have told your son a long time ago.
Exactly.
And in Mississippi, this guy's out of his mind.
Yeah. To hell with you simple as Jakes. The dad looks simple as all hell.
Yep. Yeah.
Just
So
looks
the
simple.
Boulay nigga too.
Probably Boulay, probably sacrifice.
Yeah, because those Edomite sons, they were like high end, like high life Edomites.
Yeah.
Like, one of them dad's a judge.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. They go deep, man.
Honestly. You
know?
see what I mean? So all that, fuck that, man. Like simple as Jakes, we're not feeling sorry for you. Okay? It is what it is.
That's right.
You got that? Hold that, okay?
Sirach chapter 13, verse 3, and it says, He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, it says,
He that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. Esau's pissed right now. Esau's pissed with the apostles. Okay, that he taught, we're like sons unto the apostles. Man.
That's right.
We're apostles and elders. Man. Esau's pissed at that. We're spiritual sons unto those men. Esau's vexed. That we're standing in great boldness. We're putting our life on the line, willing to sacrifice on the right hand side for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Esau's pissed. Like, how are these men ready, willing to die for the Lord like this? See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says,
How are these men exposing who I am and what I do, what I really do? You know? How did they get this information? We spent trillions of dollars to keep this information hidden from them. You know? Go ahead.
It says verse 4, and it says, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself.
Right, because let's just say, but Yahweh forbid, like, you know, if our apostle's not here anymore, we got to continue to work. You understand? Yahweh forbid, though. I'm not even putting that out there, but for the example that I've given for the position, we got to continue to work. We can't, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, huh? You know what I'm saying? Nah, we got to keep pushing, man. We got to keep going, man. They gave us the information. They gave us countless videos. They gave us the breakdowns. Right? So we got to keep continuing to spread this word, man. All right?
So that's basically what we were saying. It's like what Haggai said during the time of the building. Back then they were building a physical temple. Haggai was kind of like encouraging our people to like, continue to basically build. Right? And then eventually Nehemiah came, and then the heathens, even back then they got upset when they completed the walls. So the heathens were always in a rage in all these different situations when we were, seeking the Lord, okay, building the temple, building the walls back up, because they understand there's a connection. They understand when we were doing the things that were pleasing unto the Lord, we were powerful. But just like when we were doing things that are displeasing, the Lord would fight against us. Now that's basically the example in the book of Judith. Right? This is verse 5 here. It says, while he lived, we saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
That's right. He raised the upright man. He taught him how to be a brother, a genuine Israelite brother to a brother. You know? Father, he taught him how to be a father. He was the example of being a father, so he taught his son how to be a father when the time came. See what I'm saying? That's what, pretty much standing bold for Yahweh Shai is, man. Teaching your sons. You know? Having men the same like-minded as you. You know? And, the scriptures talk about, David having unruly sons. It's not that he didn't teach them, but that spirit of corruptibleness befalls upon men. And everything is written for our learning. But imagine if those men were all of one accord with David. You know what I'm saying? That would have been even more of a, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The spirit of wickedness can keep it anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why the Lord took what's the prophet's name? The prophet that was 250 years. But the old prophet. The Lord took the scripture said the Lord took
him up in the
in the chariot.
Enoch.
Enoch. Yeah, that's why the Lord took Enoch, because he was not afraid, but he knew like if he stayed down there too much longer, he couldn't be corrupted. So that can seep in anyway. Imagine those men who are one of rich, and in like rich houses, they got everything all their lives. They're gonna be spoiled, man. So that can creep in anyway. That's why the Lord said to snuff it out. Once he comes in, yank it out.
Got it out of Israel.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Chapter 2, come I said, chapter 2, like a trouble. This is like the Lord shall kind of destroy you those days.
Yeah.
Careful of the leg sake, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Got it.
That's what the most out to us, that's what I have to be. Or else I should be delivered. No, never do. None.
Man.
You can see it, though, the environment ever since the mid situation. Yeah. Because things have been getting worse and falling, you see it covert terms, People end up with all these pestilences in their body, and,
This is Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
And that goes into corruption also.
Because if we stay here long enough, we're already corrupted. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
worse. We don't want to be here for that long and to just give in.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
He was the Romans.
The
too,
longer
and all that bullshit.
the CHIPs here, the longer you're gonna be corrupted too. All right, unless you just say fuck it, give a life. That's to the spirit. Right, that's what the Lord has to command. And send his son back. So let's get the elect out of here.
Born and that had to be right?
Yeah, it's like
Come on, keep going.
I'll read some again. Psalms 10 and 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit.
Hold that. You have something for that?
It's like the elder position, like, you know, like when it comes to like, you know, like this so-called racial tension, you know, like this is like the case that happened with that woman, the guy, Nolan Wells, right? You know, like, you know, he got murdered. You know, like, you know, all these friends, you know, kind of scot free, right? That's good. It's like the other saying, like the judge, you know, that the judge. Something like, you know, that kid, that so-called Jake kid, you know, that ended up like stabbing that my kid, you know, at the school tournament. Because he get bullied.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony, right? Yeah, ended up getting like, you know, like a whole term for that. That's because of the judge, the jury, okay, and like, you know, basically like they have the judge, the jury are all your enemies, right? The book of Habakkuk 1 verse 7 reads, verse 6 says, "For lo, I rise up the Chaldeans, the bitter and hasty nations." America is bitter. Okay, which is around Hebrew, it's bitter, right? And it's that bitter and hasty nation which shall not, which shall march through the breadth of the land to possess the only places that are not theirs. America came here to talk about the land was so-called Native American. That was their land. You know, they massacred them, they killed them, and like, they stole the land. So bloodshed and rape and robbery. In the point that they are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. So if the judge and the jury are all minimized, man. That's the enemies. That's why there's no fair judgment. You know?
Right. Yeah, there's no true justice in this land. But when we're going to be established, we're going to offer true justice for the heathen. The heathen are going to get the true justice. Right? If a man, woman, fucks off and commits adultery, he's going to get that satisfaction of the woman and the man, the adulterer and adulteress, getting put to death. And he's going to be able to go to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying?
The son murder another son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord is on everything, man.
Yeah, everything.
You know, it's not gonna be, oh, he's Ishmael, so it's okay.
No.
This one, he's Elam, it's okay. No, it's not gonna be like that.
That's right, no? Like, there's no respect of person. Right. I mean, even that same chapter from the it says judgment is going forth. Proper judgment is basically the law. It says, it says the law is slack and judgment is going forth. And that's exactly what happened in society. When you don't have the judgment being executed, you have that the wickedness perpetuates.
And also, the law that they have is only geared towards one race or one nation, which is the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So it's not balanced. That's in the scripture. Even with clear proof that other story with the Jake getting attacked. There are videos of the two brothers coming at him, running around like charging to go whoop his ass, right? And that's still not enough.
That's how you're gonna get it.
Yep. You're trying to do the person for justice. That doesn't make any sense.
Habakkuk 1 verse 4 and it reads, "Therefore the law is lack, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked that compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth."
So that's exactly what you have in this society. You have the wrong judgment being executed. And basically have also a perpetuation of wickedness that continues to basically build up. Right? So this is what happens. When you don't have that judgment being executed, the wickedness just continues to spread. Right? To the point where you have that wickedness now spreading to other nations. Through television, wine, media, so on and so forth. And these other nations
That's why it says in Jeremiah, but the nations basically be angry. You know what I'm saying? Because that judgment hasn't gone forth properly. That's right.
Psalm 10:7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sit-
Philosophy, right? That's what he speaks. Speak nothing but evil, speak adultery, right? Whatever the scripture says, he speaks the opposite of that. So he speaks adversity. You know, he's outside the temple, he's profane. That's the way Peter is.
He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder.
Yeah, ghettos and the projects. Okay, that's where he's flying on your Jakes. He's setting up Jake against Jake. CIA, FBI, setting up the trap, bringing in the drugs, bringing in the guns. Okay, Chicago, we saw on the long weekend, putting on blackface masks, gloves, and they're just going on a hunting spree on Jake. Southside Chicago, that's what they do. You want to know why there's so much shooting and chaos in Chicago? Esau's the one starting it all, man.
There's another thing too, Esau hates when sometimes the gangs are like, you know what?
I'm chilling. Yeah, it's called truth. Yeah.
So the drive by, like the brother just said, the black mask, right? And just spray up a block.
Yeah. And then it starts back up again.
That's it.
Take one of mine, take one of yours. You don't take. You know, they're broke out, right? So they're going there. You feel me? But
Yeah, supposed to come into the resolve and see like what really happened, and then you know, because
right.
you should know who's moving on who.
Exactly.
You know, but it's so emotional, they just start sliding again.
Yeah.
You know?
Because at one point in time, you know, you have to go to the head, the honcho, and say, can I move on this guy? And then he had to give the okay on that. You can't just make a move on that guy, even though it's still wickedness. You know what I mean? But now it's free for all now. It's just anybody, anything goes in this Jake Brown. Wow, Midwest. Chicago.
Done. That's what you're saying now. Why they also had to go to the head honcho, because the head honcho will talk to other head honcho. At a meeting. Did you make a move on me? Like, that wasn't us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was someone else. Because they're like, war is bad for business.
Right.
Right? So they figure out if they actually made a move, they're like, no, it wasn't us. They know someone else is doing it.
Right.
But like you're saying, these young guys, there's no
No structure in the
even in the gang, no structure.
Trying to get rep, trying to get a name. They'll be winning. Right.
Because when it comes down to they're trying to get a name, and really they want their own gang to fear.
Yep.
It's not even, it's weird because here it is, you want the ops to fear you, but really you want your gang to fear you.
Yeah.
But they're really, if you're moving out of fear, your own gang member will smoke you. It's not. And then what? You know what I'm saying? But that's fucked up too. That's why I fuck the streets, man. There's no loyalty, there's no integrity in that shit.
They all snitch anyway.
You guys always snitch anyways, man. You guys have no backbone. Why? Because you're raised by your mama. Right? So it is what it is.
That's what they have a thing called backdoor. These guys, they backdoor.
Backdoor.
You only get backdoor by your own brethren.
Yup. Yeah, you're not getting backdoored by the ops.
No.
That's a cutthroat. That's a Sakari.
That's the ops can't backdoor you.
That's right.
Okay, the ops just gotta catch you slipping.
Exactly.
You know? But your own man just give you that backdoor. That's crazy. So fuck you niggas, man.
There's a quote in the world known as this. They say like they don't honor man thieves.
Right.
And also like watching this documentary, they're doing about like this, like you know what like when like the horse came with that Ford, when he came out like the smoking crack. It's like okay, he got all this crack, drugs, gangs, etc. That guy that recorded him like smoking the crack. It's like they had like that point man they're trying to come against the people that had the video. They basically try to get it back. So the raised now, basically they put out a rules like condition. Basically when the gangs have this against each other, so that they get the video. Like, you know, I'm for there's a man Toronto, you know, he's a high public figure. Therefore, you know, like, you know, basically, it's supposed to protect you, village, right? This guy, you know, he's like a drug addict. Okay, you know, he's like a damn gangster, right? But like, you know, basically, like, you know, he got caught. You know, now therefore, like, these guys trying to come against, you know, trying to basically sort of spread among the gang members to get that videos, get that clip. And like, it's like, oh, you're not like getting all these people killed from that video, man. It's all for him.
says, Psalm 10 and 8, he sitteth in the lurking places. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent.
Yeah, kill unjustly. That's what murder is, man. Unrighteous kill. Okay? Hate in your heart. Look what he did to God. I mean, look at all the tribes, man. I ain't, you know, you need a man, you're not up the hook. Okay? You're not up the hook.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
That's right. Yeah, go ahead.
He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor.
Yeah, like Scar. You know, trying to take, you know, trying to smooth Simba and shit. Simba was Judah, was Jake, right? Scar is really the Edomite. You know, Esau. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and Simba's dad was Isaac. You know?
It's funny the way you're talking about it. I was going to say that some people
Oh,
actually
yeah,
say,
yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, it is the opposite, but.
Broke it down.
no,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
say that Scar was actually Saul. Simba
Oh, okay,
was
okay.
King David.
Right.
Okay,
And
okay.
when he let him into the kingdom, he usurped it. They're saying, don't let him in. He's going to take
Okay.
your kingdom.
Right.
Okay, okay.
But you can still look at it like that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's many ways.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
scriptures, right? It's not a,
It's not a
yeah,
scripture.
right? I'm just saying, I heard
Yeah, yeah,
another,
yeah.
another way, right? So,
Just optics.
yeah.
Right.
So he says, he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. So he's hunting you.
Yep, and that's all of the projects. Literally, like had a song called Tracks. Right? It's all a snare to have you in that system. That's all it is. So the scriptures really talking about what Esau did to us to destroy us as a people. You know?
We have something called trap music.
Yeah.
Trap music is all talking about this gang, drugs. That's all it just keeps you in that.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
Even they're behind the music. So anywhere you look, is Esau, Edom behind it, man. Right, the prison, to the school, to the jails, man.
Yep.
Right? How does that go? The school to prison?
Right.
Yeah. You know? So we've all been through for change. They set that up.
Even in school, you're institutionalized. You call it institution. You got the cinder blocks in school, elementary, high school.
Jail.
Right? Well, university, there's cinder blocks in there too. There's a certain classroom.
You know, you
Yeah.
can't go outside until 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Get a little break at 12 for lunch. Just like jail. Yep. Yeah. Get him a snacking class, man.
That's true. You got the neon lights above you, you know,
Fucking you up.
fucking you up. And all these dumbass buildings too. You know, you go into a freaking public building, right at neon building. You know, you're working at a cubicle under a neon light, fucking you up. You're institutionalized. You know, numbing your senses. You know.
That's what you're saying. The schools, they also designed it for you not to think critically. Just think the way they want you to think. Yeah, like sheep. Because the schools that these elites go to take the children, they teach them to think critically.
Yeah.
They teach these schools that the majority of people went to, they think like a slave. Do what you're told. Don't ask no questions.
It's really in the West, really. West,
That's
with,
true. That's
all
true.
where the colonization happened. That's the only way you have these kind of schools. Because when you go to China, children, you see them like to sit down. They like back in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? They sit down in class, they learn how to do puzzles, make you think more.
Yeah.
Right? Your brain is exercising. You learn how to cook.
Yeah.
You learn how to sew. I'm saying if you see these schools in China, man, it's a different level. Yeah, they're not. The boys are not just sitting down, controlling the testosterone that's trying to like make you go crazy sitting down. They're walking around, they're running, they're doing gymnastics.
Yeah.
That's how children should be. And the girls are sitting down. They can sit down.
Yeah.
And they're not even saying now. They're cooking.
Yeah.
They're 5-year-old
Learning how to
cooking.
cook.
I'm like, what?
I seen one, two, even so, they're like taking apart guns in class,
Yeah,
putting them
yeah.
back together.
There you go.
You know, so that's you know, you got she teach true to the pole, right? You got our people how to, you know, that's something that was ancient, but we're in a more spiritual time now. Yeah. But you know,
Just for conversation's sake.
yeah, conversation's sake, there's nothing wrong with self-defense in that sense, depending on which country you're in. America, you'd be all right, whatever. It is what it is. Where are we now? We still more now?
That's one more.
Okay, yeah.
It's real quick. It's book of 1 Peter 5 verse 8. And it reads, be sober, vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Yep. It's true, man, because he has the power to kill, man. All right? Get that scripture, yeah, get that one. He has the power to kill, right? Because this devil, man, really he can kill you and get away with it. And he usually does. The only time he actually goes to jail is if he kills his fellow brethren. His fellow wife, Edomite wife or whatever, or his fellow brethren. That's the only time that the law holds him accountable. Because the mark of Cain is on that person that you killed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Violation. That's a violation. So now Esau, you have to be held accountable. But in this world, they said Jake's blood is worthless, basically. You know what I mean? Or Jake's life is worthless.
That's why the Lord's gonna examine Esau, because you don't take a prince's life. Right? You don't touch the royal family, you don't touch the royal bloodline, you don't touch the princes and the princesses. You know, when you do that, what happens? It's an automatic death sentence. Right? Even when you watch Game of Thrones, the wild girl, the Arya chick touched Joffrey, what happened? She was 3 months later for death. Right? And they had to run.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost so much, you saw that between the brothers like Adina. Oh, yeah. Adina died. The father, but the Hamites, they came in, they basically left to them by the capture themselves.
Oh, yes.
That's not enough.
Right.
That was using the whole side. It's the whole side, man. That's real crime.
Yeah.
Adina was like, the only skin of Petra, she had to be pure. She had to come to the Hamites here.
It wasn't even like it was one of our brethren, it was a Hamite.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 9 and 13. It says, keep ye far from the man.
Nolan, listen to this. You're in the spirit world now. You know what I mean? Right. That's the only Nolan I respect, though. I don't respect Nolan well.
And
Yeah.
now he's in his right mind.
He's in his right mind now.
Crying out to the Lord.
Yeah. Read it again.
Yeah, this is Sirach 9 and 13, and it says, keep ye far from the man that hath the power to kill.
Esau Edom. Esau Edom has the power to kill and get away with it. Okay? So Jake should not be hanging Esau. Oh yeah, for sure. And Jake should not just be buddy-buddy with Esau, man. You know, like, you might be in certain circumstances, you might be the only Jake at the job. Sometimes that happens, unfortunately, right? So, but you gotta use wisdom, man. Shit. These Edomites, they preach this shit. Don't understand shit. Alright?
And it says, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death. If thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares.
Right, this guy is all well snares, traps and snares. Get you caught up. Okay? Trying to catch you slipping.
Yeah.
You know? Don't give the devil a reason to get on you. Man. You know what I mean? You really want your walking as true, as low key, as smooth as possible. You know what I mean? Simple and plain. Don't do nothing that's gonna get the ministry blamed. Right? You gotta walk upright. You gotta be that example. When you walk upright, you put fear in these devil's hearts. Okay? Yep. Low class, from the elite to the low class, you put fear in these devil's hearts. Okay? Because they know that they have insecurities. They're the most insecure people on the earth. Okay? When they see Jake, performing at their level, they're like, how the hell is he doing this? Who is this guy? Who does he think he is? How did he get here? Jake had to work hard with merit. You get what I'm saying? And just studying to show himself. Basically,
Right.
You know? Esau just got the job basically because he knows a guy. He knows nepotism, right? Which nepotism isn't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Fuck it. You're gonna use it. You gotta use it. You know what I mean? Because in the kingdom, that's it's nothing but nepotism for us. So it is what it is. It just fits you Edomites right now. Your white supremacy, what do you call it? White privilege, right? So that's just what's beneficial for you guys at the moment. Okay, but nepotism is not a big deal. We're gonna get that in our kingdom. See what I'm saying? We're gonna put our sons on. Okay, we're gonna put our brothers, our sisters on, whatever. See what I'm saying? That's not gonna be an issue for us. Okay, but we're gonna be so rich anyways. Even if we put you on, you know, you're gonna get servants to do the work. You're just gonna be you should be an overseer. Your hand behind your back like your Moab. You know Moab, the Moab. You know? Yeah.
What is happening behind as if you run something?
Yeah. As if you're ready to have, you know? Shout out to Moab for that one, you know?
The old ones.
Yeah, the old ones, you know? They're just gonna be an overseer and be like, ah, nobody how much you gonna shine. I love my life. You know? I love my life. You know, every day you still wake up, nobody how much you gonna shine. I love my life.
Get into subjection.
Yeah, man.
So peace and quiet, finally.
Exactly. Yeah, really and truly, man. That's really what it's gonna come down to. Peace and quiet. Unnecessary noise and shit. Fuck you.
The only quiet is gonna come when we're celebrating, man.
Exactly.
Passover, whatever holy day that we get for this place going down,
Yes.
right? The rest of the holy days that we have, right? The feasts, the big feasts, all the brothers are gonna come together, congregate, right? It's
right.
gonna be massive parties, man.
That's right.
You know?
Earth might shake again, huh?
That's right. The chant, Yahweh Shem Shai chant, what? Gonna get crazy.
That was it, right?
And it says, continuing on Sirach chapter 9, verse 13, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Yeah, like land, you're walking on the battlements of the city, like there's landmines and shit ready to get you. Jake don't even know it, right? You step right here, boom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about literally. I'm just talking about this devil just spiritually getting at you, man. It's always something with Esau, man. You know? Snares his neck. He's like a bitch. He's a bitch. He's like a woman, right? So it's hard to snares the neck. You know what I'm saying? Wicked, man. You ever corner and you start switching, like you start accusing you and then you corner him, like you start getting like railing up at him. He's like, oh no. I'm sorry.
Larry had that yesterday. Larry, that's what we were talking about. Way down, we were literally talking about this. We were talking about it. He didn't like, I cornered him on something. There was evidence against him, and there was multiple sources saying the same thing. I cornered him, was like, oh no, that's not what I was saying. And, no, man, I was saying this.
Man up to it, man.
Yeah.
That's like it.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
Man up to it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking annoying. I don't like that shit, bro. That serpentine moves. Like, just man up to your bullshit. Just say, yeah, I was being a bitch. Just admit to it. You know what I'm saying?
Because the funny thing, what you're saying over there, when you don't man up to it, you're going to continue to do that behavior. That moment there was actually for you to actually get better.
Yeah.
Because you owned up, saying, you know, I was wrong. I did was wrong. Now you can correct yourself. You can turn back. But because you guys don't want to turn back, you're going to keep driving off a fucking cliff. That's why when you guys get hit with something, it's bad. It's sudden. To you, it's sudden. But other people that have vision, you're like, yeah, I already seen that guy. I already knew what was going to happen. Right?
Yep. That's something. That's something. All right, go ahead.
Going to know what the world, like get up my they think that they got away. But it's like, no, like, it's like it becomes like the weeks. Most times watching it, man. Something happened, but like when Cain heard his brother Abel, Cain just like, it's like when the blood cried, in the ground. So it's like the blood of all the world's spirit turned the Most High to avenge him. Look about Genesis 4 verse 9 and it reads, "What Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? He said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?"
Wow.
That's how he's a living the devil. Okay, he has no form of like a morality.
Integrity, yeah.
Integrity.
Yeah.
And that can also be in the court systems too, because remember he was accused. He was accused of murdering his brother. So that's probably in the courts. The men of the Lord are questioning him and just being pompous, talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when we read the scriptures, sometimes we can go a little deeper. But this part of the scripture is like my favorite part. Like the Genesis, the first 10 chapters.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So like I kind of go a little bit, Yeah.
It says also, Genesis 4 verse 9, it says, and Lord Yahweh said to Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened the mouth.
Yeah, and this applies to today, even though Esau is not our brother anymore, but he's our brother though, in a sense. You know what I mean? He's an evil twin brother. So when they put Jake in the ground, let's believe that that spirit is crying unto the Heavenly Father and saying, get that nigga, get that wicked ass nigga Esau.
How long you gonna let that man, let him go free?
You know? But Esau is undefeated when it comes to like unrighteous kills and getting away with it. You can't even put a number on it.
That's right.
They were saying in, I think it was Barbados or home, that they took away 25 million years of Jake's life. That's what they said. 25 million years of Jake's life in Barbados or home, based off the oppression and slavery that they put on them. You know what I'm saying? I believe that was what it was. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine, that's what I'm saying. That's just one island.
So it says, verse 11, and now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, and fugitive and a vagabond shall not be in the earth.
That's exactly what Esau is, bro. He's the number one thief.
Oh yeah.
I just watched the video.
Look at your paycheck.
Yeah.
Starting with that.
Taxes. Yeah.
Starting with that.
And they'll have you think, and guess what? They a thief, right? They're a vagabond. So they call Jake thief. Jake's stick-up kid, Jake robber, this and that. And they want to put the law on Jake and accuse Jake of all these things, right? But when it comes to them doing what they do, they don't want to accuse themselves, right? When it comes to the, who's the face of SEX trafficking? Jake. But who's the biggest SEX trafficker? Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? Face of murder, Jake. But who's the biggest murderer? Esau Edom. Right? First. Right? You name it, man. Go down the law, man. Okay?
And recently, a lot of cases have been coming out showing that Esau Edom is actually the face of the SA trafficker.
Yeah.
Because you seen the story with when they had the children underground?
In New York? Or
It was Carolina or something.
Oh yeah, the family.
Yeah, one family. There's another one that came out again 2 weeks ago. With them, the husband and wife has 16 children in one house.
Yeah.
That's another one. Like, okay, fine, you want to put the face of pimping and holding up Jake. But look at what you do.
yeah.
You make Jake look like a walk in the park.
Honestly.
Yeah, because there's certain things that they try to sweep under the rug, but certain things they can't ignore, man.
Yeah.
Right? How do you, plus these 16 children that was in the one house, they're undocumented.
Wow.
No IDs. So that means they can sell them to
Yeah.
islands, right? They can sell them to sacrifices.
Yeah.
Who's gonna know who they are? And that goes to show you that there's a lot more of these undocumented children that's being born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the population could be even higher than what it really is.
Yeah.
And Esau says claims he has the number. He doesn't know what those populations are.
And in case that's another violation too.
You can't be numbering.
Yeah, you pick up the Lord's book in your hand and you still want to crack the census.
Yeah.
Look what happened to our king.
Right. Remember they put the fire by the doors and shit, right? How dare you? Esau says Esau doesn't know he's gonna get cursed for that. So something big is gonna happen.
Something big has to happen.
trying to number Israel, and you don't know what happened when you do that, bro? You're trying to number the people, man. If you can't number Israel, what makes you think you can number the rest of the East?
God.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, they're trying to number everybody.
Like he owns them.
Yeah. Lord ain't dealing with that.
That's why with all these offenses that Esau ignored, that's why your end is that you have to be destroyed.
That's
You
it.
just have to be deleted.
The verdict is that.
That's just it. You've done so much where like everyone else has done this, like you've done maybe a little bit things here, little things there. You've done everything. Everything you can think of, and you probably created new sin. That's how fucking wicked you are.
God,
Because you're the wicked.
Yeah. Because what's happening with the merger with the machine?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's something new on the earth.
That was not in the scriptures. That never happened.
Yeah. The bishops did a live yesterday, and they're talking about how Esau implemented smart dust.
Oh yes, I heard it.
So what smart dust is just like nanotechnology, sprinkle it on people. So it's like a tracking system. It just tracks everything you do. You know what I'm saying? And you know he's gonna probably spray it with the chemtrails and all that shit. People that already took the vid, the jab, it's gonna have a symbiotic relationship with that. It's gonna sync up with that, and then you people are just gonna be on the grid as fucking walking tracking systems. You know what I'm saying? You know, you think you're gonna hide from the devil, and the devil already knows where you are. You know? You got something?
So in regards to Esau's godliness, this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. And it says, opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped,
Right.
so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Basically, he's sitting in a godlike mindset, right? So he's talking about how woe unto him that striveth with his maker, because he has that mindset like you're not even supposed to the census thing. You're not even, that's information you're not even supposed to know that.
Yeah, that's what the thing is.
Right? And that's one thing out of many things. Because in Matthew it says how wickedness is actually multiplied on the earth. Right? So through his rulership, we've seen a constant decay, right? More and more wickedness is just constantly multiplied. That's what the really and truly must show the things.
Yep.
Yeah. But another sin that we see that's becoming more prevalent now is the test tube. I'm saying Esau sterile and shit, so he's taking man's sperm, woman egg, putting them together. Right, doing all kind of experiments in these labs, man.
Yeah.
And then you have the so-called black woman bragging now online, saying that she don't need a nigga for a baby. Spend $20,000 and getting one of those turkey bases up in there. Right, and now she's pregnant. But I'm telling you this right now, you're gonna need a man in those days. You and that baby, done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Jacob trouble comes, who's gonna protect you? But right now the kid don't need any protection, right? That's what they're doing all this stuff, man. Esau, he don't believe.
That's why they give you the chat. You know what I'm saying? The hard resets are coming too. Back, the great reset. Yeah, the back. That's it. Women, that's not.
Yeah, that's all you people need to be humble, man. Right? Men, women, and children.
That's right.
Right? Because these children grow to be fucking animals anyway. Monster babies, man. Gremlins. Beasts, wild beasts. Go to the National Geographic, watch those animals. Our people are just like those. No law, just instinct. You know?
I'm going to give you Psalm 58, start at 2.
That's right.
Of Psalm 58 verse 2 reads, yeah, in the heart you work wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Right. That's what Esau is like a liar, habitual liar. All he does is lie. Okay? He's an actor. He's a hypocrite. Okay? You see a lot of Edomites that are actually in Hollywood. They're good actors. That's a talent that they have.
They're not even acting actually.
Exactly. That's just them. So that's just being. They're just being themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't tell the so-called Greenlanding. But it's so clear that that's possible, man.
Yeah.
And yet, the push out narrative that they are in the mood.
Yeah.
You know, if nobody ever can see that, you know, that it's not possible. And like, you know, obviously, guys, they're lying, but it's still push it anyways, you know?
Right.
Like, I think it was, I don't know, people say, you know, he said like enough times, he said lies 20 times,
Yeah. You say it enough times, you know the truth. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He studied that. He studied that psychology. Yeah. He studied this guy. I love the you know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, MK Ultra, all that stuff. We do this amount of times, and why? You know?
100% right, because even the thing with the aliens. So the aliens are green, like, listen man, come on. You tell that lies over and over and over and over again, man. Now everyone thinks aliens are green men. Green men with fucking big ass eyes. And that's not what the scripture says.
No.
Orson Welles did that in the 1930s. Have the whole American thing as a real alien invasion, man. People actually kill themselves. By listening to the radio, it's in Boston, Massachusetts. It's in New York. People actually jump off buildings, man. You know, because back then the radio was like the social media of the day. People were like glued to that thing, man.
So they're taking themselves out, eh?
Oh, man. Yeah, they were killing themselves, man. Like, there's a documentary of people that survived and they were talking about it. And so he did that on his own people. What you were doing to you, Jakes? You've been showing me though, but
So he says they go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies. They're poison, like the poison of serpents. And they're like the deaf adder that stops the ear. It says, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers, charming never so wisely. Break the teeth or power.
Yeah, their military structure. Okay. Lord said to break that down. Really, it starts with their mouth. Because the policies come from the mouth. Okay, they speak of these things, and then it comes to pass. You know, and they're existence. Right? They make a policy. Hey, I make this decree. You know, but all these decrees are war. You know what I'm saying? From time, you know, you say a man and a man can be together, a woman and a woman can be together. That's a war on gender. That's the real gender war. That's the real gender war. Am I right? Because they're trying to say, oh, man and woman. No. You got finesse. You got duped into thinking that was a gender. Gender war is confusion now. Okay?
it's past that.
Yeah. It's 72 gender.
Yeah.
Plus.
And it started with feminism with the man leaving the house. That's where it started.
Yeah.
The gender war, and now it's in the hormones.
Yeah.
Men don't want no woman. Even the women don't want any children. Or they want children but no man in the house. That's crazy. That's diabolical. Yeah.
It says, break their teeth or power in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, or Yahweh. Let them melt away as waters which run continually.
Yeah, man. They're going to be melted away, man. The nuclear missiles are going to get them, man. Destroy Babylon. You know what I'm saying?
Ryan told you about that melting.
Yep.
Yeah, it says, when he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces.
Yep. The missiles, right?
Yeah.
All right.
It says, as a snail which melteth,
Yep.
let every one of them pass away.
Yeah, because you are the witch. You know the witch say I'm Yeah, you are the witch, Esau. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be melted. That's a just due deserved judgment for you, man. That's right. Your people. That's right. And your monument, Babylon the Great. You know, they worship Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? That's the epicenter of Esau's kingdom, man. You know?
So up in Europe, people like
Oh yeah.
Melting away.
Yeah, they're melting away, man. And it goes to show who the real rulers of that place was. Right. Jake. Because, you know, Esau likes to give you this bullshit pseudo-science about, oh, we're from the north, so that's why our skin is lighter, and you're from the south. But why is it hot in Europe then?
Yep, right now.
And there's nothing new under the sun. It's always been 4 seasons.
That's true.
So what the hell you thought? It's always been 4 seasons. Esau.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
And certain places in Europe, it's not even, there's no snow.
Right,
It's far, like Russia and places like that, like heavy snow.
right.
But like west, like Britain and all those places, places are like the islands now.
Yeah. It's very mild. It's mild winters.
It's like Vancouver, that place like Vancouver.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is, where England sits on the map, it's northern than even where we are, Toronto. I'm saying it's northern on the map, but it's warmer.
Yeah.
Showing you it has nothing to do with the actual
Yeah, where you-
location
where you come from.
of where you are.
Yeah.
But they use that heat. Oh, the heat made me dark.
Bullshit.
Okay, the heat made me dark. So why didn't I turn red then? Why didn't it just turn red? And why didn't I just have stringy hair as well? Nigga, you're your own separate race of people. That's why you look like that.
Has nothing to do with where you're born.
Yeah, because
Or the climate.
because an Edomite can have an Edomite baby in China with an Edomite woman.
That's right.
Okay?
It's not going to turn into a Japanese.
No. The fuck? You know, you are simple as hell, man. It's not rocket science.
Well, he just that's what the elders are saying. Is that they don't want to like separate us from everyone. They want everyone to be the same. Like we're all Neanderthals. We all come from Neanderthals. No, you guys were the Neanderthals.
Humankind and
Yeah.
all this shit.
Because they even show that. You even go to the so-called Africans. Africans don't have any Neanderthal DNA. Period. Your own scientists have proved that. Only Edomites have Neanderthal DNA because that's who you guys are. You guys were in the caves with the loincloths and rain, right? With the clubs, right? When you go in England, they have those hairy men.
Wild men.
Wild men, yeah.
Wild men.
Those are you guys.
Yeah.
Those are you guys.
They know about this. That's true. You know about the wild men. You know about the nobles, the black nobles. So they even have pubs up in England. The Black Boy.
Yeah.
Called the Black Boy pub, which is for a Stewart line. It's King James line. You know, they have all these statues of Jake in window panes, right? With these hotel windows. You see Jake with there with like gold in his hand, like the statues and stuff. Right, and they'll tell you, oh, he was just one of those slaves that we just, we just gave him, nice him up and put on gold on him. Yeah, what would you make a
Statue of the slave.
Or multiple statues.
Remember vocab when Putin opened up the vaults, he was saying, oh, over time, the paintings just got darker.
That just didn't make any sense.
So just the skin alone on the, but their garment that's red or whatever color they were wearing, it didn't get darker. It just,
Yeah.
Just the skin.
just a specific area where the skin is highlighted or painted, that got darker.
Yep.
It should have just, the whole picture should have just been black then.
And that doesn't make any sense because if anything, when colors fade away, it gets lighter.
That's right.
It gets darker.
Right.
Exactly.
Wow. So you
Yes, man. Anyways,
yeah.
Or another thing when they find those nobilities in Europe and also in Africa too, where Jake were, mainly in Europe, there's a queen called, I think it's Eunice the Third or something like that. And she's sitting on her throne. They have it in a basement or whatever. She's sitting on a throne with a king, and all the noses knocked off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sit through the 4 patriarchs and over there in Turkey, noses are gone. Right, and everyone knows those are Jakes. You know, so the same thing to do with the iconoclasm with the paintings. They're doing with the statues too. King David's nose is gone. The statue when he has the heart, that nose is gone.
Why would they do that? Why would they do that?
Exactly.
You know, Jake has a distinct nose. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? Like, our features are very distinctive.
We have high cheekbones,
Yeah.
wider nose.
You can tell, oh, that's a home. You know, it's all African. Just, you know, whatever. You know, East Side and bullshit, African shit.
Yep. Gone.
But, yeah, we're Israelites. Okay?
Of course, it says, as a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away, like the untimely birth of a woman.
Yeah, man. That's simple and plain. You're gonna pass away. Okay? Because you know, Job 20, it speaks about you not being able to pretty much see pretty much get the what do you say, rivers. You shall not see. Let's get it. I gotta
River Scott.
Yeah.
For the army, right?
No, hold on. I gotta get it. James, you said?
Job 20.
I got a quick one.
Yeah.
Job 9:24. Earth is given into the
Oh,
hands.
Slack, I got it. Job 20:17. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. So you're not going to see them in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's why it talks about you having an untimely death. Okay? That's why I have to make that point.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Yep.
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
Right. So, yeah. That's what we were just talking about. Okay? He has modern day covering of vocab saying it got darker over time.
Yeah.
But that's just mind games. It's simple mind games that they're trying to play on the people.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That doesn't happen in nature.
Exactly.
Nothing. Even with chemicals on cars, it doesn't get darker over time. It gets lighter. It fades away. It gets lighter. It doesn't get. There's nowhere that I could think of with colors where it gets darker over time. You can someone show me. Someone look it up. But I've never heard of that.
Yeah, right. The color fades.
Yeah, it fades.
Everything fades. It's not going to be intact or stuff not going to fall on top of it.
That may say that scripture right there. Actually, like that's the whole thing with the moon language. It says the earth is not the wicked.
Yeah.
That's the moon or the forest.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah,
That's right, brother.
That's right. That's right there, man. It's the earth.
Yeah, so he's only subject to the earth.
Yeah,
The ground level, he's surface dweller.
Exactly.
We're not surface dwellers, man. Okay, we're in the spirit, we're not surface dwellers, right? Now when we get the extraterrestrial bodies, man, we ain't gonna be no surface dwellers. Okay? Hovering, we wanna walk, we walk. Just live for it, you know what I mean?
It's like our friend said, I'm from the deep.
That's right. That's right, man. You're from, you Edomites are from the deep. Okay?
They still grow like that. So look at how the people are. That's all, they're basing that.
This is Revelation.
Finish that, right? Or
Yeah, finish it. Yeah, this is Revelation 20:7, and it says that when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth. Gog and Magog are gathered them to battle. The number of them,
Sorry, read that again,
sorry, Revelation 20:7, and it says that when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his
Right, after
prison.
the Dark Ages. Okay. So, after the Byzantine Empire. Okay. Yeah. Up until modern day times now. Okay. Go ahead.
And it says Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, and he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
He's done that in a little season. Honestly, deceive the nation. Very within a short time. Honestly. With the witchcraft that he's been endowed in, he has a high amount of witchcraft that that's been able to subdue the minds of the people. Even these other heathen nations, they're under the mind control of Esau. Okay? They believe in Esau.
In his kingdom. Yeah, they believe Esau's gonna rule forever because they really love Esau's rule because they can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah. They don't mind the co-rulership, honestly. Yeah, Moab in the cut, he's plotting a little bit or whatever, but he still is in the kingdom of heaven. Because Esau, the Opium Wars, Esau drugged out Moab. Moab like, nah, we gotta, never again, we're gonna build up stronger. Let's make drugs for you. Fuck you guys up. Right? That's why Scripture talking about Israel now partaker that witchcraft, because they want to be like Esau. They take from Esau and implement Esau's methods, tactics, man. Because not to say, but that's why in their mind they think they are next to because they kind of just implemented what Esau does and do it better with a little more order, almost. You know what I mean? Because with order, you can get shit done.
That's it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Esau doesn't have order. There's no real structure to Esau's madness. He's a beast. But it ain't gonna happen through the will and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Why did they Psalms 2, right? Psalms 2 and 1.
There was a point in all the nations get to do whatever they want, and it's true because the way they look at it is like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right. So they're like, yeah, we're enemies, but you know what? As long as we can keep the Israelites under us, we're good. You can as long as those motherfuckers are under us.
Right. That's a good deal to me. In their mind, right? That's a good deal to me.
That's a part of the deal.
I get to set up shop in their neighborhood and make money off of them. Fuck, that's okay.
That goes in the prophecy of Lazarus. Right, with the dogs with our wounds, our swords. An example, like things were on our children get murdered a couple of weeks ago. Actually, last year this happened when the Moabite just got set free. Right, so it was two Moabites that did went inside a shop or whatever to buy water, and he felt the water feel like they weren't cold enough, so he put the water back.
Oh,
Left his bag at the front. So the Jake's about to leave. The mom is like following the Jake in the convenience store. So the Jake's like, yo, what do you have in your pocket? The Jake is like, I don't have anything. The shoulder, everything cool. The man's walking out, but he left the bag at the front, because the Jake was about to walk out. These guys, the mom told the brother and the dad something, and then they started chasing the Jake. They chased the Jake for like 3 football fields, and then they shot him in the back. Right? So everyone knew that an old 60-year-old Moabite is not going to chase down a Jake. It's a son.
Yeah.
He's 21 years old, right? And the father was on trial for murder, and they know it was him.
Yep.
They know it was the son that did that. So for them, the son is like their progeny, right? So he was going to take the whole blame for the son.
Yeah.
Putting the Jake to death unjustly, man.
And they got off on the
Esau set him free.
Yeah.
And all that. The only thing that happened is his story got rated and all that shit. But what the fuck? The Jake life is gone, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
this is insurance.
Yeah. He just moved to the next neighborhood or get into another business. Because they can't hang around Jake anymore. But Esau set him free, knowing that Esau make a law where you can't shoot someone in their back. And they said that Jake had a gun on him, 14-year-old boy, right? But I believe they planted that gun on the Jake.
Yeah.
So he pulled out a gun.
Yeah, put his prints on it.
Yep.
Yeah, rub his
That's
hand
it.
on it.
They show you in these TV shows and movies what they do.
Hey man, this place is the valley of the shadow of death, and we're it's a blessing that the Lord chose us out of the world, man. Because we could have been like these motherfucking things out here, right? Out here trying to go to the next fucking party, trying to get some bitches, trying to preach, trying to sell some drugs. We could have been strong like these guys, man. The Lord took us out of the world and saved us. That's right.
Psalm 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Well, we're not going to rule next, man. We're telling you nice, you're not going to rule next. Next kingdom will be out by Shemel Shah, with the Israelites ruling, okay? You're going to be our watchman. Right? Psalms 8, 6, is it 80 and 6? That's what you're going to be. Right? You're gonna have a woman toes done. You know you like it, you're showing us that you love that. You're gonna have their nails done. Right? We don't even want you to run out of food.
Yeah, you're already doing servile work anyway.
Exactly.
All these nations are really in a servile mindset. They're already
That's it.
Mindset to serve.
They just need a better one to serve. That's all it is. Better ruler. That's all it is.
If I see, in the kingdom, man, Elam is a very performative nation myself.
Yep.
I can't prove to you that I
Tap dancing out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if I see them like, I'm not even slacking up. If I see them do like kiss on shit and writing and recording, I'm a judgment for that.
Yeah.
Look at what this other nation is doing. I remember you did that to me in this kingdom. So don't be doing that shit. I want to see that bitch ass spirit in that kingdom. And I gotta beat that spirit out of Elam.
Title Taylor.
Trying to get
Busybody.
fired ass spirit.
Yeah, that's a busybody. The scripture talks about it.
Yeah, they do have a busybody spirit on them.
There's
There's one bitch from a UK politician. She's Elamite. She's fucking saying how the nations, Caribbean nations, shouldn't ask for reparations from the UK and that they should pay reparations to the UK instead.
We're already paid. We're still paying.
Exactly.
Whether they know it or not, Jamaica's still paying.
Yeah.
Right? The whole Caribbean is still paying, man. All those Commonwealth nations, which makes up 25% of the world population, they're all paying, man, to the crown.
Yeah.
So
That's
she's an idiot.
That make up 25%?
25% of the world population.
Okay. Well, I guess that includes Elam, right?
Yeah. Including India
Yeah. Okay.
and all those other places. The whole the South Asian nation, all of them are former
But
Commonwealth.
you know,
nations.
they're such sellouts because their Commonwealth
Yeah.
reparations, they're damn so.
Fine.
You know, but it's just because Jake will get it. If Jake can get it, nobody gets it. That's an Edomite mindset too. If Jake can benefit from this,
Yep.
then nobody can get it. If Jake can benefit from free healthcare, then nobody should get it. I'd rather pay
Right.
for my health. That's wicked.
You know, Esau is your number one hater.
Yeah.
So you have like, I mean, you have brother's experience with this guy that used to be your friend, eventually was a hater, right?
Yeah, I had that.
Right? You try to go after the woman. He's like, you know what? This brother can't get it. I'm gonna get it. No one can have her. No one can have her. If I can't have her, no one can have her.
All of the suicide
Yeah.
bombers, man.
You see that you like her, right? He was like, no, you know what? If I didn't like me, then he can't have her.
Yep. Suicide bombers. That's what it is.
It's like, bro, he's wicked.
Here's the worst.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta spot those motherfuckers and get rid of them.
Yeah, they might not even hate you for like for things that like the physical things. They might even hate you for spiritual things. Like when you tell them you're the truth. You know, they be talking shit all day, man. You know? They want you to be like these niggas, but they still hate those niggas that they want you to be like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to make up your mind.
That's right.
Just say you hate us and done. That's it. Doesn't matter what form we're in. If we're in a spiritual form, where we know our power, we're going back to rulership. You hate that, right? You hate the jigs of the horn selling crack. You hate the homo jigs, right? You're in the guide of being conservative, right? But then you see what the conservatives are doing. So if that's what your intentions are, just say it plain, man. Don't make it seem like it's because of what you believe. So that's why I hate you. No, you just hate jigs in general.
Yeah.
You know? That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's something. Quick one. Proverbs 24:7. Wisdom is too high for a fool. Openeth not his mouth the gate. Oh, and that's really what it is. It's our aura, what we know, what we
That's what it
represent,
is. Yeah.
the name we come in. How much of our shines to
Right.
us.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you come around us, you probably get nosebleeds, honestly.
Yep.
I'm playing, but you know, like the spirit is too high for a fool. Like,
Yep. Reject.
yeah.
You have to reject.
They end up rejecting themselves.
Yep.
Nah, I can't be understand. Something wrong with that. This guy makes me feel small. Here it is, this guy's bigger than you. Yeah. And then you know,
Yeah, I
say,
know.
"Oh, this guy makes me feel small. You know?
Yeah, they might even have everything in life. They might have
Yeah.
great jobs, money in the bank,
Yeah.
wives, children, and and you don't have none of that shit, and they still can't fathom it, man. What's going on with this guy, man? Jealousy's still there.
They're giants in this world.
Yep.
You know, they got it going on, as you saying, and they're just jealous of you.
That's it.
Jealous of the simplicity of your life.
Yeah. Or the fact that you know the scriptures and you don't.
There you go.
This is the biggest cut in the world, man. Right? It's the biggest cut in the world.
Look like
That's right.
look like they're peculiar cut, line collars, lineups, and all this kind of stuff. You know, they don't speak. You know, some brothers speak well. You know, some brothers speak eloquent. You know, Paul even said like, okay, I didn't come with excellency of speech. It's
Yeah.
with the word jokes.
That's it. Yeah, quick, man.
Go ahead. Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And I read that because we're talking about, I have a little bit, backtrack a little bit, Moab, wanting to take on the works of Babylon, and that's why he's going to catch missiles. And that's how you know he's stupid, because you're trying to take a crooked system and make it straight.
Yep.
And say, you know, I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to do this. No, you know, America, they made a mistake there, we're not going to make that mistake.
Yep.
We're going to keep this part because this part was good. You can't do that. That's like taking a spoiled apple and saying, you know what, I'm going to be able to take pieces out of it that's rotten and throw the rest out. No, once it's rotten, it's rotten. It's rotten. You got to throw it out. You just got to throw it out.
Yeah, but that's what this kingdom represents, a rotten apple. Right? It looks nice on the outside and then it's rotten on the inside.
Yeah.
There's worms and it's infested on the inside. Right? Because people, all the other nations, they see the shiny apple, right? And then once they touch down in here, they see like this place, I want to go back home. Right? Elam's going through that right now. Elam's like, what the fuck? Our home was bad, but like not this bad. At least my neighbors love me.
I said they had servants.
Yeah. I have servants at home, man, because they're from the caste system. They have money.
Yeah, yeah.
They come over here, they get hooked on drugs. Now they fucked up Esau, putting them in MH category. You know what I'm saying? Mental health, and they just have demons on them by being over here, man. That's all it is. You know, so that shiny apple turns into a rotten apple real quick once you take that bite.
Yeah.
You know?
That is quick.
Metaphorically speaking.
Matthew 13 and 54 in the AMP. It says, and after coming to Nazareth, his hometown, he began teaching them in their synagogue. And they were astonished and said, where did this man get wisdom and these miraculous powers? What is the source of his authority? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And are not his brothers James and Joseph, and Simon and Judas? And the reason I brought that out is because you're looking at him as he appears like a plain man, a regular guy. Who is this guy with this authority, this spiritual power and wisdom?
We didn't see him in those synagogues when we were young.
Yeah.
Getting tutoring.
Right.
Like,
How does he know the scripture? How is he teaching me? Who is this guy?
yeah.
Right? So they were getting cut in the spirit.
Beautiful
Right.
scripture.
Yeah.
That's us.
Right. Yeah. That's us. You think we can go to our hometown now and start breaking down the scriptures and everybody was going to receive us? Hell no.
Yeah. That's right.
It's a thankless job. Right?
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. I haven't heard one thank you yet since I've been out here. Not from brothers, but I'm talking about, I'm just saying, we rarely hear a thank you. Like, whatever. Somebody's,
No, it's not.
I appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Rare. It's very rare. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking. But yeah, it's very rare. Thankless job. I think. If anything, we're an eyesore to the people. They hate seeing us. They hate him that rebuked at the gate. We're rebuking at the gate right now. Okay? These guys can't. Because we remind people of their sins. We remind Esau of his transgressions against Israel. Okay? We remind Israel of what it means to be upright, but they hate order.
Yep.
And the heathen, the other heathens too, they don't want to see us here either. We're an eyesore to them. They want to just enjoy themselves without feeling convicted in the spirit. Have a good time, music playing, drinking, whatever the hell. But the hell with all that. Okay, we came to crash party. We're the wedding crashers, the party crashers. Okay? Yep. We're not playing those games. We're serious. We're serious men.
Yep. We're like that character in Family Guy, Buzz Killington. We're here to kill your buzz, man. Bring it back to reality.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
because they're drunk.
That's right.
They're drunk. They want to stay drunk. They're like, nah, man, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
It's time to wake up. It's
What
closing time.
What do you put on my sleep? You get pissed off when someone wakes up out of their sleep. Right? So we're shaking these niggas, man. They're waking up and they get mad and they're going back to bed. Right?
Dress up, right?
I think I've read it over here.
John chapter 3, verse 19. Yahushua said, and this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light.
They're condemned by the light.
That's right.
They see the light in us, they see the uprightness, and us scattered like roaches.
Yeah.
Okay?
He said, because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither come to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. So they don't like, they don't like the energy of the prophets coming, because we're bringing them to remembrance of their sins, and our people want to continue to dwell in their sins rather than actually change them, right?
They think the change is harder than doing what Esau wants. In Revelation 8, let's get that. Start at the top.
Book of Revelation 18, verse 1. It reads, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become a habitation of devils, and the home of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of the delicacies.
Different philosophies being pushed out. Right. That's what's basically making a lot of the nations drunk. Right. So now a lot of the nations, especially like the Middle East, they're realizing like, we don't want these ways corrupting our women and our children. We don't want these practices because they understand that it's not even bringing forth life. For example, the ABC lifestyle, right? They don't want that. They don't want that being pushed on their children. That's happening a lot in the Caribbean now. The destruction of families, disregard for elderly. They don't want that. Those corrupt ways. That's why he's talking about how the nations are mad.
Continue. And it says, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people.
That's the point I was looking for.
That ye may be not partakers of her sins.
Right, but that's too hard for Jake. Jake can't come out of Babylon. They're too entrenched. They're too involved.
Yep.
You got too much investment in this place.
Yep.
That's why they can't do it.
Yeah. Might not even be like financial investment.
No, mental, right? Culture, family,
Land that they're trying to buy.
and goals that they have, they have dreams, right? Goals. Right?
But it's 100% true.
We didn't have men that claim to be in the truth doing that. Like ISUPK saying he wants to go buy the land in America, make that black America. There's a video of them saying it. It was the leader saying that. It's like, so did you forget the missiles were coming?
Right.
Then what are you talking about? Anyways.
So the Lord's taking too long for these guys.
Yeah. That's their mindset. So for you to come out, it's a lot for dudes, but we do.
That's right.
Women, they love this. Because it's catered to them.
The metropolitans.
Right? Metropolitans, metropolises, right? How could they ever, especially if the Lord deprived her of wisdom? How the fuck they getting out from her? It's only a miracle that there's elect ladies.
That's right.
Really and truly, you leave a woman to her own devices, man. She's done out here, bro.
Yeah.
She is the toad in the pot, getting slowly cooked, man. She loves you.
Oh yeah. Fine.
Babylon's wicked, she's wicked, and you go together. Yeah. You know?
Just stay there and get burned with the water.
That's it.
It's no coincidence that Babylon's just right before. That's how
That's it.
That's true.
Amen. The original Babylonian whore, which is the Edomite woman, that's who they're copying. Really. That's the first woman with no shape that I remember growing up.
Yeah.
And probably before my time. Right? Yeah, Marilyn Monroe and all the moves. Right? Everyone was modeling themselves after them. Because like at one point you can go back, you can even YouTube this, man. Type in like a 1917 women going to the beach. All of them are covered up, taking baths in the sea or whatever, the ocean. The skirts all the way down to here, right? And down to the knees, taking a long sleeve shirt in the fucking these are Edomite women. And after a while, see the 1960s, then they're doing the survey. Oh, would you have, as a woman, would you wear your skirt like right here? She's like, oh, that's for whores. And now look at them, micro shorts. And all the women of the other nations are copying. Best read that sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
She's not hiding.
See, the thing is about the Edomite woman, we know she's the number one whore on earth. But because she is the ruling class, she gets a pass.
That's right.
Right?
Her even gets a husband.
Yeah, she gets a husband. Yeah, exactly. That's why she gets a pass. But she's still looked at as the higher class, royalty. You know what I'm saying? No, if I gotta be like, wife or whatever, kind of. I made it. You made it in life. And there's a simp out there that will take her. You know? You might simp, but Jake simp. don't matter. Elamite said, Elam loves the Elamite. Yeah. He'll take that too. Elam will take it because he wants proximity to whiteness.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
But when you black women are whoring, you get the shittiest end of the stick. All right, you get Esau runs through you. You wanna live a soft life. Like Jake runs through you. Esau runs through you. So Jake runs through you. You have bad experience through Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Esau now.
Yep.
Esau runs through you. He's not taking you serious. He's getting his rocks off. He's running through you. So, but then Esau gets a pass. Why? Because he's in rulership. So when Jake runs through you, ain't shit, right? Fuck that. But Esau's doing the same thing. Even worse. Not shower. Esau's not showering.
Yep.
He's riding down these bitches.
Yep.
Right? You guys are turning the other cheek to that. It smells like wet dog. He's all
put it on Jake.
right. And they blame
Jake
Jake.
don't want to fuck.
I know. That's a very good point. They make this image that Jake's the only one fucking.
Yep.
Other nations,
We're just
not
we're
fucking.
just so horny and fucked
Yeah.
all the time. Everything that we see, we want to fuck.
Yeah.
That's what they think they look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Even when the other nation of the women come and love Jake, they're making it all fucking, like mud shark and all that shit, right? They see all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
Knight Rider.
Yep. Those Bibles are gonna be on top of your nations, man.
That's right.
No,
And
but-
you ain't gonna touch our woman.
Yeah. And I was about to say, you're not gonna touch no Jake woman.
Yeah.
You know?
You're just gonna take yours, and that's righteous.
They're gonna know like not to touch the other nations, man. Bro. Yeah? But your woman's gonna want us. Just right now. Even more in the kingdom.
That's right.
It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come upon my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Yeah. And I saw a video today with a Jake talking when you know I'm a conservative, and when people tell me that to go back to where we're from, I'm confused. Right? I'm confused because we're born here. The man said I'm a conservative through and through. Like you're not conservative for the same reason. Obviously, you're not getting the picture. You're 40 years old and still talking this delusional shit. Right? You're supposed to. Your mind not supposed to be in America, man. Your heart can't be here. Because all of them is still writing on the wall, but it's still ignoring the writing. Right? When this base goes down, like it slowly goes down, it's still gonna grab onto straws. Right? They're gonna grab onto straws. It's all gonna be left to be grabbed onto anyways. You know?
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. And it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
Right.
But Israel does not know,
28.
my people does not consider.
That's right. They don't know, man. They don't know Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right? Even when they're in front of their eyes, telling you the name. Even when the men of the Lord are here, blatant right in front of us. Still ignore us. You don't know who your ruler is. Right? Even when you see you read about your rulers, you still have a Edomite fist. Right? You're done. You're finished. The Lord don't wake you up, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
You know? If you're not part of the elect, you're done. But it's 2026. If it was about you doing research and stuff, right, and coming into who you are and coming back to this, all of the James would have done being Israelites back again. But the fact that the Lord just blinded a lot of them, even with wisdom increase, nothing is not going to resonate with them. You know? We're fucked.
Also, even there, you break it down. A, B, C, you still don't get it. You can't see. The Lord blinded you.
We're so blinded.
Sure.
Sure, it's all over.
I say, prepare thyself in the way and serve your fathers. Right? So it's deeper than, a lot of people still think that your nationality is tied by a physical landmass. You're a people first, then you were given a place. Not a place first, then a people. Right? So you have a lineage and a bloodline and a basically a whole legacy.
It says, verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works.
Right, because the Lord gave you the rope so you can hang yourself. Right? So your sins have gone to him because the Lord could have cut it off and said, okay, that's enough. But you making sure like when the destruction comes, judgment comes.
That's right.
The balance power. You know?
Right. Yep. It says, verse 7, it says, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. But she said in her heart, I see a queen, and am no widow, shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
So that's those what's an ICBM missiles. That's the fire that's coming. It says how it would be like rolling from this place, just like how it would be Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? So that same judgment that fell upon ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, that's how America will fall as well. And that's what you do. That's what you do with a whore, right? When a woman,
Yeah.
when a
Adulterous bitch.
Exactly.
Burn her in fire, man.
Burn it with fire. So the Lord, the judgment fits.
Yeah. Well, some places they stone them and then burn them in fire. So missiles of the millstone.
Yeah, they're on fire.
Right? So it's judgment right there. Yeah. Stoning and burning.
Y'all trying to say, they said, I behold the same gospel, saying that lightning comes from heaven. That's how fast what it is. I'm like, one day, man.
Right.
24 hours. It just could be like really 1 hour. Okay? Ultimately, like, it takes like half an hour for a person to come from Russia to America. And then, like, half an hour it's done.
Yeah.
Over.
One.
Quick.
Real quick, Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So I read it because I read the point that the Lord's lying, Esau to continue the wickedness, because that's how he hates it. He doesn't want to stop you, like, you know what, that's enough. I don't want to destroy him. Let him get catch the judge. He's like, you know what, let it keep going to the point so when I bring the judgment, it's justified, and I have to kill him. I have to destroy them, I have to delete these people. Right? At least with Jake, he won't allow the elect to be here for that long. Right? He's not gonna allow them, he doesn't want to be destroyed because the elect, Israel through the elect are gonna be brought back.
That's right.
So he loves Israel, so he's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave them here for a little bit, and I'm gonna pull them out. I want to preserve them. Even the other nations, he's not gonna destroy them. Right? You still have other nations around. But Esau, he hates you. He hates you. So even though you're doing this wickedness to Israel, it's a double-edged sword because of that stuff you're doing, you're gonna get judged for those things. Right. You're gonna get judged for it. So you can live it up, do the wickedness to Jake, like with these two Jakes that got killed, the one that stabbed up the other guy, who's in jail now.
Yeah, 30-something years.
Yeah, so it's been like that.
He's like, what, 17?
Yeah.
Give him 35 years.
Yeah. 17, right? How old is he? 17, 18?
Yeah. Another one that got thrown over the boat, right?
Allegedly, they don't even know what happened.
They could have murdered him. Who knows what happened?
Oh, yeah, he definitely got murdered.
Yeah. So how he got murdered?
Yeah.
Right? All these things you guys are getting judged for. So it's like you guys think that the Lord's with you because He's not doing anything to you right now. Right now He's not doing anything, which is I think it's Ecclesiastes 11. His judgments that execute speedily and set in the hearts of men to do evil. Which is a double-edged. It's a trap. Now you see that in the real world.
Yeah.
You see with people that do things wrong in the drug. Exactly. There you go.
He still does it to criminals all the time.
There you go.
He'll know that you're selling whatever on the corner, and he'll make a RICO case against you.
Yeah.
Having you do more and more and getting more evidence, and more evidence. You think you're safe. Next thing you know, you're 2 o'clock in the morning, their door's getting kicked in, man. Right? And there's nothing you can do because they have all the evidence there. That's what the Lord's doing for you, Esau. You know?
Justified in giving you many years.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how Esau does it. Build a RICO case on you. Justified in giving you multiple years instead of just a 2-year sentence, petty, 2 to 5 year sentence, or whatever. But Esau, you're the devil. Your whole prison system is wicked too. That shouldn't even exist. It's either death or restitution. See, you know what I'm saying? That's it. It's no law I'm talking when it comes to the laws. Actually, the judgment. We have these guys. Just send them to the spirit world and so they can come back. Come in. Whatever. Stone, whatever. It might not be quick, but it'll be quicker than how you but the quicker death than what you put people through.
Unrighteous shit.
Yeah.
It's worse. Giving a man
Sodomy,
35 years.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a 17-year-old boy. According to his, you know.
Yeah.
What is he? What you sending him to 35 years in jail among grown men, the known homos, man? That's federal charges. These are grown man charges, murder charges.
You still gotta pay for that.
You know?
Turning their men into bones and shit.
If they're gonna kill him. Just put him to death.
Out of his misery.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, for example, like if they were supposed to pay back like double the amount of stuff you stole, maybe like you got much more, but like in society, it's still like you know, the Jake can't get caught like no, we just stole like no, you hit something up, it's like a whole term, man. Like you know, like 2 years in jail. You know, like you know, come on, with more like
Walk out, more degenerate. Yeah, more degenerate spirit on it.
Yeah.
You know, you become a career criminal, run demons.
Yep.
Moved out.
Yep.
You know? It's messed up, man. That's why we need the Lord. What did I call it? Yeah. Finish that, right? Yeah, things in mind. Yeah, we were good on that. We're back to it. The point was that our people to get out of this place. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 51 verse 6. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul.
It starts with the mind first. Okay? Not being subject to Esau's ways, man. Okay? This is holidays, Christmas time coming around, everybody's stressing and shit. I'm ready to give.
By January to kill himself.
You know? Yeah, because they don't have the money. That's wrong. Esau's a damn devil, man. Plays on the psychology of people, spending habit. They're gonna spend it holidays, bro. You know what I mean? He'll do whatever it takes. He knows that too.
Yeah.
There's more police on the road because of, people robbing. He knows that. That's more money he can extract. More people that are going to do wickedness, so you can go and extract them, put them in the prison system. You know what I'm saying? Because he set up an unfair society, an unfair system. Let's just say, for example, right? Based off of, let's just say, freaking quote-unquote communism. Let's just say everybody was on an equal playing field. The doctor and the garbage man made the same amount of money, right? But they had enough to sustain themselves and their family. Would people look down on the garbage man? No. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The garbage man is making the same amount as the doctor that's saving lives. He's putting it, and you can give a man a righteous wage. You get what I'm saying? You can give a man a righteous wage.
That's right.
You don't have to, because of this, you didn't go to this amount of schooling, so you don't deserve this. You're just, that's wicked, man.
That is wicked.
Okay? That's unbalanced. You think that's gonna be like that in our kingdom? It don't matter what industry you're in, you're just gonna get a set wage, but it's gonna be enough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be enough. It's not gonna be not enough. You're gonna get, work this 7-year apprenticeship.
When the sun goes down.
Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna get right, Jose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's you're gonna get your whatever little silver, gold bar, whatever the hell however we're gonna do it with our face, the house size face stamped on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Your house on one side, King David on the other side.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, man. However you get your gold coin, you can do gold coins. It works, right? Yeah, shekels, whatever.
That's right.
Shekels.
Real gold, man.
It's real gold, yeah. It's real money. That's how we'll do it. We're going back to that. I show you that Scrooge McDuck. He had the gold coin.
Yep. Amalek.
Amalek, yeah. Fucking Amalek, bro.
Man, still all the gold in the basement. Just a diamond.
Yeah. What a fuck it. Yeah. What an asshole.
Resources are meant to be. Not meant to be hoarded up. That's why Esau's not a good ruler, because he hoards up resources. They don't have everybody just starve. Just string out, struggle. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah 51 verse 7. And it says, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. And in all all the earth drunken, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
And with that, yeah, so you see, it said golden cup. So golden cup has purpose, right? So Babylon, even though it was wicked, had a purpose, right? It had a purpose. It was for the time to bring wickedness, right? Along the whole earth, right? Because the Lord said that it was golden cup of the Most High's hand, right? What? What's in it? What the brother's gonna read.
The earth, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Yeah, even nations. Moab, Edom, Ishmael, Ham.
These Arabic nations was saying that they had everything on lock with their religion and all that stuff. They're done, man.
Get it done.
Starting with their women.
Yeah. They're opposed too, the Ishmaelites.
Yeah, Carter.
Heavy opposed of them.
What was the thing that we saw, the Baki boys? The Baki boys or something like that? Yeah, like Afghanistan and Brazil.
Yeah.
Same of the church, man.
Yeah,
Same of the
exactly.
Same. That same spirit is over there.
Yeah.
Like so animals, like camels, like fucking horses.
Yeah, they're into bestiality. They also have weird shit.
Camels, well, that's good on Ishmael, man. Camels, man. Even too, like the sheep, the goats.
Yeah, that Jake, he's always on Black TV. He's like a light skin, he was sniper in the U.S. Army.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying all the shit he was seeing, man. He's like, he's trying to shoot someone. Next thing you know, you see a man humping a goat.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what it is too? Because they're not allowed, like, because they're so structured in the marriage thing, that they have to wait to get their woman. So in order to get their rocks off, they gotta either get a
testosterone,
boy
man.
or animal.
Yep.
That's so wicked. They're bugged out, man. See, their system ain't even right.
Yep.
You know, all that shit ain't even right, bro.
That's the Israelites.
That's it.
They need proper nutrition.
Yeah.
Even their dietary law is off.
Camel to be the strength. The only thing that they have right is the pig.
Yeah, that's it.
Perverted version of the scripture.
That's it.
All their religion.
It's not an entirety. It's not consistent.
And they're heathens. Friggin' worship rocks. You know what I'm saying? That's a heathenistic custom. That's
Kissing the vagina.
yeah. It's so low level, man. Yeah, there's shit big time.
Even in their book, it says that we are the children of Israel.
Yep.
That's a whole joke. That's a whole joke. They don't even, that's how you know these guys don't even read their own book.
Continuing on in verse 7, it says, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Out for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. He would have healed Babylon, but she did not heal. Forsake her. Let us go.
Yeah, forsake this place, and you know, the most, let's just say, the scriptures talk about, you know, he furthered their affliction, Esau furthered their affliction. Yeah. If he didn't further their affliction, maybe Esau would have, the Lord would have healed Babylon. He let up on Jake, you know what I'm saying? You can see the verse, and then eventually we would transition and take over the kingdom anyways. But that's what we usually do.
Less violent.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We do it less, the Lord allowed it to happen less violently. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, he didn't want that. He wants to
Hammer.
You know, he wants to hammer.
The Maccabean.
Esau's created to be the wicked, so the wicked gotta go out. Wicked serious judgment.
Continuing on in verse 9, let us go everyone into his own country, for judgment making unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Right, so this place is going down. These nations, you know, the one thing that these nations have is a homeland. These are these heathens. They have a home base in their other country, right? They can go back to China, India, go back to see that, man, I'm out of here. This place is getting out of hand. They took the coins, they took the resources, and brought it back home. You know what I'm saying? They're saying to hell with that. Because this place is going to shit. You know? trumping off his shoes, waging war, he's doing this and that. He's starting World War III, starting shit. Giving people's faces militarily, you know? He's crossing the border. You know what I mean? He's crossing the borders, man. You can't be crossing certain borders, bro.
Yeah, you can't go people's land. Like, he has his own thing where you're like, you're going into this fly zone and shooting down.
Right.
You might even be a fisherman that's lost at sea. You're going into the water zone.
Anyway,
The Coast Guard will come up, man. Yeah. But he wants to come into other people's territories, just stay there, like, just, you know, like, posting.
that's what you're saying. Oh, he's a vagabond. And vagabond means wandering. Always wandering in places you're not supposed to be going. You know,
Verse 5, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, neither enlargeth his desire as hell, is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and keep unto him all people. So he's a busybody, going to other lands, starting skirmishes, setting up governments that adhere to his own customs and his own value system, and extracting their resources as well. And you don't string on like that happens a lot in the islands.
Yeah, right? Not giving the people away.
Exactly. You're not a profitable king.
Man's a pirate.
Yeah.
That's what he is. Pirate will just take, he's like, the pirate is the sloppiest motherfucker on the planet Earth when it comes to peace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Esau has that vagabond pirate spirit on him, man. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Jack Sparrow. Sparrow. You're done on this.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a proud man, right?
Yeah.
And Trump, like, they just had the anniversary, trying to get that anniversary. And his speech is saying, like, well, America is more further than ever before. Basically,
America is more powerful than ever before, but
Yeah, exactly.
the inflation, the dollar doesn't even go as far.
Yeah.
Gas. Not going back down.
What? Gas is high as fuck. How is it the strongest it's ever been? I'm so confused.
sounds like he is too. Sounds like he is too.
Yeah. You're not gonna gaslight me. Right? Good on that?
The elder quoted earlier, going to Lazarus, he says that about St. Luke chapter 16 verse 19, it says, there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at the gate full of sores. This is it.
Yeah. The purple and the linen, those represent things of royalty. You have the fatness. Remember, going back to Genesis, it says that Esau lived by the sword and he would have like the fatness of the earth. Right? I think even the Romans, when they were ruling, they also had that special Tyrian purple. Right? It was like, I think it came from like Ceaseless, if I'm not mistaken. Right? So when you see purple represents like it's like royalty. You know what I'm saying? Linen is a priestly, it's part of the priestly garment too. It's not a cheap material. It's not like polyester. Luxury. Yeah, it's very
It takes time to get the purple. You have to mix the color together. You have to mix the blue and the red, right?
Yeah.
So you have to, in order to get it. So it takes time. That's what made it costly. That's what made it luxurious.
It says, verse 21 says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked the sores.
Dogs for the other nation. Looking up the source. You know, so the poor man, which represents Israel. Okay? That's what happened. Sorry. Because they were basically extracting your resources. Right? You know? Exactly. That's really what it is. Draining your spirit.
Yeah.
Right?
That's pretty much important. The Israelites are places where you have the resources, but all the other heathens are taking the resources.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even on the island.
Yeah.
We don't even have much like that exposed as resources yet. I know there's gold, There's all kind of resources, like natural resources in the Caribbean. Just haven't come to the forefront yet.
Yeah.
These places like Africa, Africa and all those places in Africa or countries, they have an enormous amount of resources. Right? Burkina Faso, all those other places, Ghana, Nigeria, fucking East Africa, North Africa, all those that have spices, gold, silver, these are just
Right. Well, Puerto Rico, Bridgeport, and I don't really hear much of. Well, yeah, used to be.
rich port.
I guess I'm saying I don't really hear much about them mining for gold and precious metals and stuff, precious stones and stuff like that. But I believe it's still there if they had that. But they don't. Eastside wants to suppress certain industries too,
Right.
in certain countries. Even though he did rape and rob and took a lot of things,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's still places where
Still dust.
you know, there's dust that you can get gold, man. But he doesn't even want to put that in the mind of the Puerto Rican, the so-called Puerto Rican, which is the Ephraimites, you know, the tribe of Ephraim, right? He doesn't want that in the mindset of them, man. But that's just one island in the Caribbean. What about yeah? What about Haiti?
Haiti has some
Haiti has some crazy.
You heard about it?
Yeah. Some serious like.
Bear runs.
What's that? It's like that vibranium
Yes.
from what's it called? Wakanda. It's basically equivalent to.
Put it together and start electricity.
Yeah, man. That's
Cobalt.
Yeah.
You know, so if that's what about the rest of the island? Trinidad has gold.
Gold,
Trinidad
bauxite,
has gold.
bauxite.
So why wouldn't the other nations? Why wouldn't other Caribbean islands have gold and stuff like that?
Just the Lord haven't bring it up to the forefront.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Because he doesn't want these to happen at the end of the day.
Right. But you best believe if there's an influx of gold in any of those small islands down there, that's not that popular. Best believe all those people are getting extracted from the island. You're getting kicked off of the island with a fucking earthquake or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look what it just did to Venezuela.
Yeah, exactly.
An earthquake.
Yeah.
Don't do that for the oil.
Yeah. Two earthquakes.
Two major ones. What is it? That told like 60,000.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Up to Caracas, worse than how it is.
Can we grab this quick? Let's grab this real quick. This is Proverbs 25:2. It is the glory of Yahweh to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. So this applies to the hidden resources on the earth, right? He concealed it for a reason, for a time, and when we get in our rulership, we're gonna search it out.
That goes to land too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not just wisdom but it's everything. This can apply to how you want to apply it, man.
Even people.
Yeah.
Like people that he said doesn't know exist, or he might know that they exist, and he's not telling anyone, right? Or what are they gonna? Yeah, like animals too.
Yeah, because the dragons exist.
The dinosaurs, Still here.
Still here.
right?
Esau talks about the islands and like the Asian islands. They have a lot of depictions of them. You see the creatures flying in the air, right?
Yeah.
And even the old ancient maps, every nation that never had contact with each other, they
Yeah.
all had the pictures of dragons.
Yeah.
Wow. They never had, the Asians never had contact with the ones in the other continent, but how did they all have depictions of dragons?
Flying serpents.
Flying serpents.
They're hiding.
They're hiding. Most I hit them.
Yeah. I mean, it'll bug out these people. Remember, we get weaker through age, right?
That's right.
It'll bug you people out, man. But we're coming to the time where the Lord wants to bug you people out.
Leviathan has to come back.
It's in the sea.
All type of apparitions about to come on the earth, man.
Oh, speaking of apparitions, apparently, like where I work, there's a ghost just got caught on camera. Not the ghost itself, but the chair is like being flung across the room.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna see it soon. I'm gonna see. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Speaking of apparitions, this place is it deserves to be haunted.
Yeah, man. But when we read it, Revelation
Yeah, it's
18,
gonna be
right?
haunted. Yeah.
Evil spirits and shit.
Unclean.
Unclean, yeah.
Birds, all kind of stuff. Willful creatures.
That's the only shit that can survive here.
tells him, says like it's like that says we have seen but his works.
Right.
You know? So
Right.
there's things out there that they can't kind of pick up. You go to the bottom of the ocean, there's like so many still like a whole world down there, man.
Oh, yeah. There's like lakes within the ocean and stuff like that. Caves, underwater caves and shit.
Esau's always getting stuck.
Yeah. Esau, what are you doing there?
This man goes down there. I watch cave diving deaths all the time, man. But it's a funny shit.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
It's either the crawl on the belly with that one, with the hat,
Yeah.
with the hat, the light on their hat, or they go down like a building deep in the water, and then the caves will be in there. They don't have enough air, but then they'll still use up the air they have to go find the whole of the cave and can't make it back.
Yeah. And Esau, he's rich. He's richer than Edomites. To be even richer.
Yeah.
They have access to the slave route maps, like the slave ship maps, right? And those ships, some of them toppled down. A lot of them toppled down.
Gold and all kind of
Flooded
shit.
with gold and all that. So they try and map out where it could be and try and dive and try and get that shit. Esau, you ain't getting that shit, man. But it's worth a lot though. But Esau loves that relic.
Yeah.
It's the history of, that's what gives it the value. It's like, oh, this just had to be here. You know what I mean? This is slavery, this made so much, this is gold, this means so much. You know?
Yeah, the funny thing is you find those gold, let's say you find a chest of gold coins.
Right, treasure chest.
Just to pass it back to him.
Exactly.
It's some crazy shit, man. What happens to find us people losing? You
Right?
know what I'm saying?
So it says, and desiring, verse 21, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover the dogs came and licked his sores. But I say, like an example of that, going to the dogs, licking their sores, basically like these other nations, basically they take the joy in our afflictions, man. For example, the fact that some of the black women, she the biggest supply for more when it comes like their hair, affect with their hair, the nails. Because the woman can't grow hair, so basically these other nations, they come in like fake hair. And it's like a whole big industry, man. That's right. And the woman can't grow hair.
Yeah.
Basically, they're taking like a making profit of our curses, sufferings.
Yeah. Yeah, and you just mentioned like even with like right now, the whole situation we were talking about the Moabite killing the Jacob.
Yeah.
And they got proud and they were on the internet talking about, the Jacob like, yo, we should boycott them. And they're like, so what if we boycott? We're rich.
Yeah.
Right? But now Jake's boycotting them and some of their businesses are going out of they're going down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Jake has got power.
And that guy, he ended up taking down that video.
Yeah, he did.
So especially Judah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Judah, they don't, they make it happen for sure. One more scripture. You got one?
Watch me go. It says, verse 22, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. And the rich man also died and was buried. Right? And he beheld, he lifted up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And beside all these, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed, so that they which will pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that will come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house.
I just thought it was very interesting that you mentioned that the rich man was tormented by a flame.
Right.
And when you read about Esau's enemy, Obadiah, they're coming together of Judah and Ephraim. The house of prison flame, to roughly paraphrase. This will show you their demise. You can't deal with affliction as they come to them.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. No, as Christians, don't get any fucking ideas talking about that's hell. That we burn forever. That's not talking about that.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Right. You Christians, to you, Obadiah is done away with, right? It's like the Old Testament. So don't even try and use that scripture.
It says, then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brethren, that he may it's funny too, because when you go to the families, that they have 5 sons. The Rothschilds, right, that's like actually like 5 brothers. You know, like, what that's what established the banking system, right? With the 5 sons. Right? It says, 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, Nay, Father, Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose up from the dead.
Let's talk about the elect. Yahushua rose from the dead as well. Alright, but the elect is going to be persuaded to follow after Moses. Right? The laws of Moses. Which Yahushua came back to pretty much not only fulfill, but to magnify. He said he came to magnify the law, right? So we're going to close up on that. Give all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Alright? See, Kwame Asherallah, Wakabal, Shalom. Shalom. Elect. 144. Where's the end?
It's not like last time. I don't think it's the same person.